Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Shoutouts Plays, and today we are going to be doing our first impressions of Azumarill. So the new Round Boy just came out. He is an all-arounder, melee attacker, whatever you want to call it. But today I'm not alone because I am joined by my top laner, Sergeant Shaky. Go ahead and say hi, bud. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, what is up? I am indeed the top laner, and I'm super stoked to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so Shaky definitely has his own YouTube channel. He streams on occasion whenever we do practices and stuff like that. So if you wanted to see one of the best Lucarios in the business, carrying me and the rest of my team, that's just a great place to do it. So yeah, so pretty much like we're just gonna talk about Azumarill a little bit, and just first off the bat, is he worth it? Do we think that he's worth it? This character is 10,000 coins. That's like, what, 575 gems or something like that? So,
yeah.
What do you think, Shaky? Is this character probably worth it for the general masses?
Honestly, I feel like it's it's in the middle ground. Like, it's not something that's crazy good or like something that's like super mandatory on like a certain comp or whatever, but I do feel like it has some niches. It just like it struggles with a few things. It has like a lack of mobility, like the damage isn't like super amazing, which makes it like sort of iffy in team fights, but like it has its perks, like, you know, the crits are nice.
Yeah, for sure. Like, when we were playing on 5 stacks, I think it like actually got a chance to shine a lot more. Of course, like, we weren't like, it was like some of our first games with him and everything like that, so kind of hard to tell. But yeah, I noticed that we were kind of struggling a little bit once we went down to the trios and stuff like that, and you've probably played a few more solo queue games with him than I have at this point. But yeah, he seems like a character that if you're a player that plays a lot more like solo queue, maybe hold off, get your Lucarios and get your like stuff like that first, and then probably after. It kind of reminds me a lot of like Aegislash, honestly, in that regard. Like, good,
Yeah, for real.
but not like super necessary, to have in your repertoire, if I would say. But yeah, so, but would you say like solo queue kind of struggles a little bit? Is that a decent assumption?
Yeah, it's iffy in solo queue. I have like practiced a few doing like a Azumarill invade, which I think is like the best use of it in solo queue if you do plan on using it in solo queue. I feel like it isn't like as amazing jungling or laning with it in solo queue, but like it's a different story in 5 stack, obviously.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. So for overall, worth it, but maybe pick up some other stuff first. So, alright, so item-wise, this character, if you didn't know, has an ability that says, I get to crit if I'm 1v1ing. Very honorable Pokemon, as we all know. It's all about them 1v1s, even though, we play a team game, but whatever. So, yeah, what items have you been really enjoying on the character so far?
I feel like scope and weakness policy is a must-have on Azumarill just to like help it with the damage that it sort of struggles with. It's again like it usually wins a 1v1, obviously, because of its huge power ability, crits, and everything. That's why I have the scope lens there, just to abuse that crit damage. And I also have the weakness policy because it works so well with Whirlpool. Like, as you take damage, you're just doing increased damage to the other team, and it's just really nuts. But for the last item, I would say like either Focus Bane or Buddy, just to, like, improve that tankiness. Right now I'm running Focus Bane, but I do think Buddy Barrier is also a really good item on it for team fights. Probably not in solo queue though.
Yeah, I can see that. I do like Buddy Barrier on it. It can help, just an extra Buddy Barrier in a fight is never a bad thing. But it also kind of cuts into its HP a little bit whenever it uses its Unite move. But as what I've noticed, like, it really isn't that much. So I can definitely see the case for dropping the Buddy for a focus. And especially if you're laning or jungle invading like you're doing, that probably increases the consistency on that kind of strat. But yeah, I like scope lens on it a lot myself. I've been doing the scope weakness policy and buddy barrier set when I was playing last night. I thought it was a lot of fun, and it just does a lot of damage if it's in that 1v1. So, but yeah, I definitely could see other options on this character. I could see like maybe going like a double tank item, like a buddy barrier, focus band, and then a scope or policy, like a nice bruisery kind of build, you know. But like full damage with like one defensive item, I think is a good place to start with this character, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I've seen the case for 2 defensive items, but honestly, I just don't see what you would drop from like scopeness or weakness. Like they're both like super good on this character.
Yeah. And I think for battle item, both of us have kind of decided like full heal is almost a necessity on him, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, in 5-stack for sure.
Yeah.
I have like different battle items. I have different battle items for like an invade strat. Like I've tried slow smoke, X speed. I feel like you could make a like a case for potion, like if there's like a potion jungler, but like you can't really predict that, so I don't think it's worth running potion at all. But slow smoke and X speed seem to be like the good items for invading. Fluffy tail just doesn't seem worth it at all.
I could see that. But yeah, so alright, so we broke down our items. What about moves? So this character, if you didn't know, evolves at level 5. Very cool. I honestly thought that this character was going to evolve at level 4. It just seemed like one of those to me, you know. But yeah, like I got Unite DB brought up here. So yeah, Azumarill's moves at level 5, it gets the choice between Whirlpool and Aqua Tail. So which one of those have you been kind of feeling gravitated towards?
Honestly, I really like Whirlpool because it just offers like a lot of healing, a lot of damage. I know like Aqua Tail also provides a lot of healing, but like Whirlpool especially just works super well with weakness policy, and that just like dishes out an insane amount of damage, like I've mentioned before. Not like top tier damage, I would say, but like it's good enough, I feel like, for like a 5-stack setting.
Yeah, for sure. I like Whirlpool. I like just moves that let you just walk into an enemy team and just be like, all right, I can just auto attack and I'm also getting all this damage on top of it. However, I do think that Aqua Tail is something that we might have to explore. Like, it might be more of a comp thing. If we see like a lot of teams with like shields and stuff like that, you know, like Blissies and Wigglytuffs running around, like Aqua Tail's ability just to plow through those shields and those defenses, like, seems actually pretty strong, you know. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. But overall, I agree. I'm feeling the Whirlpool a lot. It's just nice just to pop Whirlpool and just run into a crowd of people and just do things, and that's pretty cool. So excuse me, at level 7 we get the choice between Play Rough and Water Pulse. So yeah, what are you feeling on those?
Alright, so like, yeah, I feel like Play Rough is like a good move. It's just not like as good as Water Pulse. I feel like the CC with Play Rough is really good because, you know, stun is always nice, but Water Pulse just provides like a lot more damage, a lot more mobility that Azumarill lacks. And yeah, although like Play Rough does like increase movement speed, it's just like the cooldown is like very gapped between the two moves.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely could see that. Like a 4-second cooldown on like a little bit of a dash like seems really good. I was kind of liking Play Rough when I was messing with it, but you know, I can definitely see the little added dash that you get from Water Pulse, and like the uptime is very good. I can't deny that. So yeah, and the damage, like the problem I have with Play Rough is it just doesn't seem to do like anything. Like it, you know, teleports you to them, and it feels actually a little bit clunky because once you get out of the animation, you're kind of like stuck there for a second. And like it just doesn't do a lot of damage. So I think like if this move just did more damage, it would probably be fine, you know, because you can like pop your Whirlpool, Play Rough into them. You know, you got the Whirlpool wailing away at them while you're beating them up with the Play Rough at the same time. But yeah, I can definitely see where you come from the Water Pulse. Like it's just more damage, and just it gives you a little bit of mobility, which otherly the character doesn't have. So yeah, that seems pretty cool. Last but not least,
wait, hold on. I just wanted to say, like, again, like Play Rough, I feel like is much better like when it's upgraded at level 13. Like that's when like the cooldowns reduce. I feel like that's the only time it's worth using. But I feel like if they made it so that the upgraded version of it was like the base I don't know if that would be too strong, but like I feel like that would make it like a little more usable in my opinion. But yeah, let's move on.
Makes sense. All right, last but not least is the Unite move. Yeah, this thing has an 89-second cooldown. If y'all don't know, that's the same amount of cooldown as Talonflame and Pikachu's, which are famous for, of course, spamming the hell out of their Unite moves, which is just wonderful. I think that honestly, this is probably the character's biggest strength, is having a very spammable Unite move. Like, you could pop your Unite move at 3 minutes, and you will get it back by Zapdos, as long as you're doing a decent amount of like farming on like some Autonos and stuff like that. So, is that a pretty safe assessment, would you say?
Yeah, for sure. Like 89-second cooldown is really good for Azumarill. I really like the attack increase. It's just like the overall Unite move itself doesn't do that much damage, but like it makes sense considering that the buff gives you like all that attack increase and whatnot.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, I think that this is honestly the strength of the character, and if you're putting it onto a team, I think that this is why. So you could potentially pair this with like a Pikachu, and you can just like engage with Unite moves in every single chance that you get, which I think is a good strength from him. So, and that kind of goes into the next thing. Where do we think that this thing runs into lane? Of course, y'all know I'm a jungler. We did our obligatory, this character is in the jungle, even though it probably doesn't need to be video yesterday. What do you think? As the solo top, is this going to be the new solo top meta? Is this the Lucario destroyer that we've been waiting for?
All right, this is like an interesting question actually, because I feel like Azumarill can be run a variety of ways, which means it could be run in pretty much any lane in my opinion. Like top lane is fine, jungle is fine, invading, bot lane DPS, even a defender. Like there's so much like variety to its toolkit. It's like, yeah, just I would say like Lucario would still be like the king of top lane. But Azumarill is definitely like a solid contender in my opinion.
Yeah, I can see that for sure. Like, I find it a lot better than like Serena, Garchomp, other characters that you kind of see up there. But yeah, I think Lucario, just for his consistency, and like just the insane like mobility that the character has and the damage output, is probably still gonna reign king. But I do expect a lot of teams to at least experiment with some solo top Azumarill. Dylan, our attacker for the team, like he did also suggest maybe we should try it in an attacker spot in the bottom lane, kind of taking the place of like more of a close range Pikachu. So yeah, like I don't know about that because we haven't really seen it, but from what I've seen in lane, like in playing our like trios and stuff like that, it's not actually that bad in a laning phase. Like it has decent secure, it has its little dash, bubble at least gives it a decent long range option, and it does evolve it at level 5, which is pretty easy to do whenever you have like a nice coordinated team. So but yeah, final verdict on where do we think that this thing can go. I know you said like it can go pretty much anywhere, and I can kind of agree with that. I don't think that it's that great of a jungler just because you have the opportunity cost of why would you put this in the jungle when you can have like a Duraludon or a Cinderace or something like that, but yeah, like I think that this character is pretty fun. But yeah, final thoughts on Azumarill, like lane wise, moveset wise, items, anything else that you would like to share about this character in your experience, Shaky?
Yeah, honestly, like it is a fun character, like you mentioned, and it's exactly like it moves, like not moves, but like it works in a variety of settings. It works in top lane and jungle, bot lane, etc. Like I said before, but I feel like that's what makes it unique, and that's what makes it worthy of the title all-rounder, because it literally does everything. Like
pretty much, yeah.
it's like a worse version of each like different role. That's what makes it stand out from all the other characters, because it can like incorporate all of that.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with the character. I know you have as well. Yeah, be sure to go check out Shaky's channel. You have anything else that you would like to plug before we finish this up, Shaky?
No, I think that was it.
All right, pretty much. So yeah. Right. As this video is coming out, we should be starting our stream for our run in the AOS Cup Last Chance qualifier. So if you want to see some gameplay from us, be sure to stop by the stream. Come give us some good luck and all that fun stuff. And yeah, we're gonna definitely make that top 12, and I'm looking forward to it. So that's gonna be it for today, though, guys. Like, comment, sub, all that fun stuff. Let us know what you think about Azumarill down in the comments below. And I love you all. Deuces.